It's the NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes... Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options. On Sunday night.
Playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EM. Fantastic matchup for you between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott joined in the booth by Brock Heward. And in a minute, partner, we are going to kick off, and it'll be a moment both teams have fought for all season. A chance to win the conference title, and more importantly, punch that ticket to the Super Bowl.
There is so much. You can just feel it in this building. There is so much pomp and circumstance that comes with this game, and winning the conference title is a major achievement.
Four quarters between one of these teams and a spot in the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship is underway. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Cut by Sutton. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's brought down after a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They send a tight end in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here. that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Looking for a throw here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. 16 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. 2nd and 3 now. Taylor again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
This one's caught. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Looking to throw on 1st and goal. And that's a Washington touchdown! Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And they'll be let out by their 3rd-year signal caller.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Back to throw. That's caught by Chris Olave. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They're throwing it. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Motioning the tight end now. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's got it over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
To throw it on 1st down. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They kick the running back in motion. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Okay, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And the Saints go in nickel. 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Saints will get set to take over. New set of downs for... From the gun, a give to Miller. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He'll look to throw. That's brought in by Miller.
Whether they meant to go to him or it was an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a 1st down. That look, this crew defensively was prepared for and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Commanders' drive is going to start from deep on their own side of the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Taylor. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On the counter, it's Taylor. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. A tight end in motion now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Motion man right is Jefferson. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. He's got a gain of 6 there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back now, pressure on its way. He gets this one to McLaurin. Gets it forward for a gain of 3. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's a throw. Locates Jefferson along the sideline. Complete.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Throwing now, needing a first. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Left side now caught by Sutton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. 7-3 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Catch is made in close.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Shaheed now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Saints offense. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And that's good for a gain of 5. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Gets this to Johnson. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Tight end going in motion here. Pass play on 1st and 10. Called in by Olave, left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. Connects with Johnson. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
I'm sure, Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds him over the middle. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Dump off to his fullback. And have him gain about a handful there. Nicky Luvu there for the tackle.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
Taken in by Shaheed. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. They'll throw it again. Finds the in route complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the red zone now. Has it down close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
It's the pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Saints tie things 10-10. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete, it's McLaurin. Off to the races, middle of the field. Terry McLaurin. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders need only one to take the lead. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Seibert tacks on the point after. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. On the return, Britton Covey. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Still 1st down.
Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Pass play coming here. That finds Miller, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He'll throw it. This is complete to Olave. This is ahead for about 5. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. And this one doesn't go far. And then it's a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Seibert's able to connect on that extra point. And the Commanders double their lead to 14.
Saints 10.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Covey now to return this. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. He's got Shaheed. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. 2nd and 10 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Looking to the air here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. It is caught left side. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. He's dropping back to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints have it at the 47 following the interception.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Saints come marching onto the field. And, Brock, they are really struggling to get their feet under them in the first half. They've got to find some resiliency, really stabilize things here in the postseason. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing it to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Caught by Miller. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 16. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Pass play now. Throwing the out route, complete.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Commanders ready for the punt. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. Short pass brought in. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Back to pass on first and 10. He finds Johnson. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they need to get 4 on third down. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. Throwing now from the gun. Into the hands of Jefferson. Complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the 23. Taylor makes the catch. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Washington calls it second timeout. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun here. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. New set of downs for him at the 38. They are throwing it again. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And now they face second down. Still sticking with the passing game. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That's halftime. Only 2 quarters standing between one of these teams and the NFC spot in the Super Bowl. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's send it back over to Kate and Brock. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Ready to send this flight. Covey now to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Saints offense ready to start this third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Airing it out to start this drive. Hauled in by Olave, left side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 36-yard line.
They motion the tight end over. On the give, it's Miller. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Dropping back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Putting the tight end in motion. This is complete to Olave. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43. Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff here for Miller. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. Into the hands of Olave. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
15-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
He's going to throw this one. And he'll score! Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Back to throw now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints take possession of the football. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. New set of downs for him at the 38. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, it's Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
They'll throw it. He brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The throw is caught. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
They'll throw it again. Has it in close. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints bring it back to even. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, Taylor. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Now looking to throw. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Taylor now up the middle. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They'll try and throw it here. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Washington. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Seibert now to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Saints 24.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Covey now to return this. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The New Orleans offense set to go now. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 32. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now it's Miller. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 29. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Third down from the gun. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. But that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Commanders have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 now. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. Looking for a throw here. He has the first over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first. They send the tight end in motion. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's the Commanders with it, 1 quarter from continuing their postseason run. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Second and 3 now. From the 37. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Here's Taylor. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field and tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. and he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
First down from the red zone. This one finds Taylor. And he's brought down at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Pass it down close. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. So big kick coming up for Austin Seibert. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
Covey now to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. That's completed right side. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints now trail by just a point in the 4th. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. Casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Taylor makes the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Motioning one of the tight ends. To the air, 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pass play on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll throw it yet again. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints have it now on his 8th pick of the year. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Connects with Johnson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Only 1 play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. They run. It's Miller. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Running once more with Miller. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On the ground, it's Miller. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The 41. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down and 1.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to throw, needing a first. Buys time, rolling right. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34. Gets this to Johnson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're now set for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They're throwing it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
2nd and 4. He finds Johnson. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A nice... They're going play action. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Oh, you hate that. They've eaten up some good yardage on this drive, Kate. You get down in the red zone, and this is where you really got to stay on schedule. Well, let's give some credit to this defense. They know the job they got to do. Got to knock you back and make this now red zone attempt not much more difficult.
Back to throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, you get to to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Good looking return here, and he's got room. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Commanders set to take over. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Cut by Sutton. And he'll get it up to the 44. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Commanders trail by a field goal. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They look to throw. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Commanders will have a first. Back to throw. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ballgame. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. To throw. And he got there in time. He's taken down. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead thanks to the efforts of their defense, Brock, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
Here's Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Miller with it. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. And this won't be Cox. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well, I'll tell you what, what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's a win for the Saints. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.